Hey, so it's pretty late. I've been down bad today, but I suddenly have like this huge spike in motivation and in dopamine, not because of going on the internet or anything, but this spike comes from planning. And I think I've solved the depression and problem and the inability to stick to a dopamine detox. Why you can't stick to a dopamine detox is because you don't plan. And I think that yields, sorry, I have a cough, yields marvelous results when you plan ahead, when you start to think about what you want to achieve in your life, and then you start writing a plan, you start connecting the dots between your goals, and this is how your goals come into fruition. Because if you're anything like me, you struggle to think up of goals. Like, naturally, I'm not inclined to do that. I'm not a conscientious person, but I think that through planning you can build conscientiousness, thus reducing neuroticism. This is in Big Five terms, and through that, you can actually just ameliorate the chaos. You can achieve a natural flow state in your life where everything is a lot calmer, and your anxiety will decrease because you know what you've got to do. You've looked at all the external links. You've created an algorithm for yourself to follow, and you then have a set of principles to follow. And I think this is the way forward for people with anxiety and depression, is to just sit down with a notepad and a pen and plan. And if they make it a daily habit, they do it every single day, which is something I'm going to work on, then they'll find it easier to stick to the plans. Because of training, getting into the habit and repetition, the goals will become more realistic. This is how optimism, I think, is cultivated. It's through setting goals, it's through planning. And then you have something to look forward to, because people who are depressed have nothing to look forward to in the future. They just think that there's a grave ahead of them. There's either a grave ahead of them, or there's just nothing, another 30, 40, 50 years of meaningless. And I felt like this today. And it gives your life meaning when you sit down and plan. This is something that I'm working on. People who have anxiety, such as myself, I've had a massive anxiety relapse recently, just in general. And they constantly think about the past and how the past has affected them, or they think about the future, what could go wrong in the future. And I think the future-orientated skills could be better translated to creating a plan, planning out some goals, and then you get into the state of just grounding yourself into these goals. You can then practice mindfulness and return yourself to the present, the breath, and realize what you've got to do, see it through, and feel 10 times better. Because then you'll feel like you're climbing the social hierarchy, so the anxiety would just drop. And I think this is the cure to anxiety and depression, is to just plan ahead.